Kill protesters! There are literal fucking race riots happening in Northern Ireland, and no one seems to be talking about it on here. No one seems to be making videos about it. Like, I have seen footage of masked, potentially armed groups of people, like, roaming around Northern Ireland looking for migrants. They set fire to a family home, like, multiple family homes, like, random people's homes have been set alight. And these families, like, including children, are having to be evacuated in armored vehicles in response to what is a horrific asylum hotels commit, like, mass murder against refugees. And they were only setting fire to homes belonging to people of colour. And the way these far-right groups always frame it is like, oh, we're doing it to protect women. What is going on? I don't feel that we are in a position where we can really claim that this is purely about immigration anymore, because nobody, including during the Farage riots, nobody's checking paperwork. Nobody's saying, oh, well, your grandfather came over then, so you're red. It's the new guys. It's, hey, you're black, you're brown. You can go and play that whole I'm the good immigrant thing, or I'm the good black or brown person thing all you want. It will only be a matter of time before it's you. Just like with all of these black and brown people that go and support people like Kevin Badnock, Smella Bastion, the Reform Party, and all of that. And what's happened?
Amos 3 and 6. Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? There'll be evil in the city, and the Lord hath not done it. Kohalo Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai Bahashim Hakodash. Double honors and salutations unto the elders, apostles, and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Shalom unto you beautiful men. I'm the brother Yazar Ayala from the GMS Dallas Camp, coming back at you with another quick hit lesson. Abaratazami, Lord willing, is edifying unto those who are meant to receive it. All right, I'm sitting here at work here, and I saw this video, and I'm sure a lot of brothers saw it. A lot of people saw it. It's been on the news heavy. About the incident that happened in Ireland and Belfast. All right, race-related riots. All right, and basically it happened after a knife attack. All right, that went viral online. Supposedly, a Sudanese man was charged after stabbing a gentleman in Belfast. All right, and so that went on social media, of course. All right, and the video spread all throughout online, all throughout social media. And so what happened, anger ensued, all right, over the attacks, all right, and then it quickly turned into an anti-immigrant protest, all right, and before you know it, riots and stuff started happening, all right, again. So as a precept I brought out, this is all done by design, all right. This is orchestrated by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, okay. This is what we have to be mindful of. It's the Lord that is stirring the pot here, and you heard the video, and make no mistake about it, these things are going to come here to America. All right, what we saw in that video is just a precursor of what we're getting ready to have to deal with here in America. All right, the prophets have been warning you about it, been warning you, warning you, starting with the head apostles on down. All right, the elder bishops about how these times are coming. All right, where the Lord is stirring the pot. All right, and you notice over there, what did they say in the video? They were actually literally attacking so-called Northern and Southern Kingdom. Now, of course, there were other, nationalities, Indians and East Indians and so forth, Elamites and stuff that I guess they're going after, some Hamites and whatnot. But for the most part, it was you so-called blacks, you so-called Negroes, and you so-called Latinos. They were pulling people out of their homes. All right, they were just randomly going up to houses where they knew Negroes or so-called immigrants, Latinos were, and setting them on fire. Men, women, and children in the house. Okay. All for what? Ultimately, because the scripture talks about how this war is going to be a race war. Okay. So you've been warned about these things. And we're looking at a precursor, as I said, of what's going to be brought here. We just saw that incident that just happened here with Carmelo, right? And this Edomite. Okay, and we're fresh off of the heels of that. And you think these Edomites aren't ready? All right. There's particular videos where you can go online and you can see these Edomites are letting it be known. Look, we're just waiting. We're just waiting. I talked to a lot of my good old boys, and we're just waiting. We're just waiting for the green light. And they're gonna go ham out here on you Negroes, man, and you so-called Latinos. All right, they got their food prep, they got all their ammo, they got everything ready to go, and they all say, "We're just waiting. We're waiting. We're waiting," because they're tired of it. But ultimately, it's the precept that I brought out, Amos 3 and 6. All right, this is the Lord's doing. All right. And the Lord is merciful because these things are happening on the outskirts of America, different skirmishes here and there for us to be able to see for what, to get ourselves prepared and get ourselves ready for what's getting ready to happen. Because once that faucet's fully turned on, there's no cutting it off here in Babylon, man. All right. And you heard what he said. For a lot of you niggas out here that, you want to talk about Esau can get salvation, and, you guys just preach hate. Well, what did you just hear in the video? What did you just see? The man specifically said, "Look, it don't matter if you a celebrity, right wing, left wing, if you're one of so-called, if you're a good Negro and I'm good, and I'm for the white people." He said that shit's not gonna matter in that day. What did he say ultimately? They want you off the planet. So all you Negroes that come against the men of the Lord and talking about we're preaching hate speech. Well, what did we just see here in the video? So for you same niggas that are going to bat for Esau and talking about there's some good ones out there and you guys just need to, level everybody. This is not what they're saying in the video. You saw it with your own eyes. So you can play all that nice boy and trim your ways and try and, and show some kind of love and mercy to Esau and some understanding. He just said in the video, that shit's not gonna fly. It's not gonna matter. They're coming at you. They're coming for you. All right, and this is the Lord's doing, because ultimately you're going to have to choose a side. What do the scripture says? Choose ye this day who you shall serve. Either you're going to be with Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and this truth, this message that's going out via the prophets, or you're not going to be with it. There's no other way. And what we saw here is the title of this lesson: there be greater evils than these that should come upon the earth. This ain't even the beginning of what's getting ready to happen here. This is just a precursor, as I said. Okay, and don't make no mistake about it. A lot of these things are psyops that they're starting because they need friction. Why? Because it's time for the MOTB infrastructure to be brought forth. It's ready. It's been ready. So now they're just searching for a reason. Okay, so there's going to be mass psyops. There's going to be mass black swan events that are going to take place. All right, that are going to egg on. All right, situations like this, and it's going to intensify. Okay, this is what they want. All right, Revelations 12:12. The devil is coming down having great wrath, because what? He knows that he has a short time. This man knows that his kingdom is over. These Edomites come on social media and they can feel it. They may not be able to explain it. They can feel it. They know it's over. It's a wrap. It's a wrap. And you got you silly Negroes in the middle sitting here still waving the Edomite flag. Okay, talking about how there's some good ones and this and that. Well, you just heard it on a video. It ain't gonna be none of that in that day. All right. And like I said, this message has been given only to the prophets, man. Amos 3 and 7. Surely the Lord will do nothing but reveal his secrets unto servants of the prophets. Why? So we can go out and we can blow the trumpet. When the trumpet's being blown, I mean, that's a warning sign. We're blowing a particular sound to let you know to get ready, Jake. This is not about us. Okay? This is literally not about us. And what we saw happening is, as I said, coming here, that's second Esdras 15. Matter of fact, I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna grab it in the GNT. It says, and the world and the people in it are doomed. The war that will bring their destruction is very near, and that's happening right now. World War III is on deck right now, and it's going down. It says nations will arm themselves and fight against other nations. There'll be great political turmoil, with one group trying to overpower another and gain control. Right, this is civil war. Goes on to say, while ignoring the legitimate government. You saw that. These people going house to house, man, pulling Jakes out, pulling you Negroes out of houses, setting your houses on fire. They weren't adherent to the government or the police. They didn't give a damn about what the police were saying or trying to do. Okay, this is all biblical. Goes on to say there will be no more free access to the cities, right? Because they're going to lock the cities down. There's going to be martial law. There's going to be checkpoints in the city. Military, the UN military, the troops, they're going to be out here. They've got this already planned and ready to go. They know what highways to cut off, what accesses to freeways you're going to have to go to this city, to that city, the checkpoints you're going to have, and the things you're going to have on you in order to be able to get from A to B. You see, goes on to say, driven by famine and terrible suffering, people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. Right. Because as you see the dollar crashing, you see everything that's going on there with the Strait of Hormuz and how it's now affecting Babylon the Great. Prices are rising. People are starting to hoard food. There's a panic that's going on that's being pushed out in the air. All right. People are really, that scripture talks about how the love of many shall wax cold. What does that mean? That those same neighbors that you see, Mr. Johnson, whoever that live next to you, and you got your kids play together, and yeah, they go to school together. Those same neighbors, when the time comes, they're gonna be at your throat. All right, guns to your head, and give me what you got. Why? Because again, this is all the Lord's doing. So again, we can't stress it enough. The Lord's setting it up where either you're going to be with Him, you're going to adhere to the words of the prophets and be with Him, or you're not. And there's one other thing I do want to say for all you caps that coming against the camps. All right, first and foremost, the first original camp were the 12 disciples. Having a camp is biblical. Now, does that mean that you automatically get salvation? No, it doesn't. Okay, but what the whole point is, it's your job to figure out who's got the truth and who doesn't. Okay. As I said in my lesson earlier, the scripture talks about, what is that? Proverbs 25:2. It is the glory of the Lord to conceal a thing, and it's an honor for kings to search out the matter. So you got to search out the matter and see what camp and what brothers are out here actually got the 100% truth and telling the truth. That's your job, because there's a particular number of men out here who got that truth, who have the understanding what's really going on, and we're blowing the trumpet correctly. All right. So I don't want to make this message too long. I just wanted to just get in and get out and let you know, you know, um, we're just in that time, man. Second Edges 8:50, many great evils shall befall them in the latter end because they've walked in great pride. All right. And it's time for Babylon to burn. It's time for Babylon to fall and everything in it. So you're going to have to choose a side. You're going to be with Yahweh Yahweh Shah, or you're not going to be with Yahweh Yahweh Shah. You're going to have protection, or you're not going to have protection. All right, because when the Lord causes that famine of the word to come out here, and you're no longer going to see those men that you make fun of out on the highways and hedges, the Lord's going to pull them off the streets. You're not going to see them. You're going to go on YouTube. You're not going to see any videos or nothing. And just as the scripture says, they're going to be looking high and low for it. And I brought this out. We're part of that number. We're going to be pulled off somewhere. We're going to be hidden. All right. So it behooves you to bend an ear to the message. All right. Of what's being said. All right. These things are coming here to America the Great. All right. So again, I want to give all honors and praise to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kakodash, double honors and salutations, the elder apostles of Great Millstone, the elder bishops, Shalom to the 144,000 men that are pushing this truth right now at this very hour. You brothers keep pushing. We almost out of here. Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Abba, Shalom.